guys, welcome back. So I'm finally back. I'm finally here with my September wrap up. I've been planning to do it for a few days now, and I'm finally able to do it. Of course, I do have to go to work today, so I won't be able to go in depth with all of them. I only read 11 books this month. I DNF'd 2 though, so yeah. And then I gave 10 books 5 stars and 1 book 3 stars. So yeah, we'll start with the 2 that I DNF'd. Probably already know which ones they are. That is The Burning Sky by Sherry Thomas. Just couldn't get into this whatsoever. I read probably like the first 100 pages and was just so completely uninterested that I just couldn't. I just no. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the world. I really wasn't into the writing as much. I was just so uninterested, and yeah, I felt nothing. I was connected to nothing, and I was really confused by all of it. And I know if I would have continued on and finished it, I would have figured out what was going on, because I was so confused. Because in the very beginning, it's about this girl who's got, elemental powers. I don't know. I mean, I guess she doesn't know she's got these powers. Again, I only read freaking 100 pages. Yeah, I mean, she has no idea that she is so powerful. She has no clue. But they start to tell her, hey, you're actually really powerful. And I guess she's been in hiding. At least that's what I get from the first 100 pages. Again, I DNF'd it. I really wasn't interested. But, yeah. Then there was a prince, and I'm like, really? I really didn't like it. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry if you really liked it. I'm realizing that, or I figure if I would have read this when I was in high school, when I had first heard of it, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But because I've been reading so much, and my tastes just differ from this, I guess. I do like elemental powers. I still feel like that's something that I would really like, but I'm sorry, I just couldn't get into this. So yeah, I DNF'd that. That was the first one I DNF'd. Here's the second one. Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This one, for both of these, they were on my top 16 of 2016, so I needed to get to these. And I was really hoping to like both of them, but just like the other one, I read like the first 50 pages, and I was so uninterested, so disconnected from everybody. I hated the main character. I was so confused. I mean, I'm like, what's with these 2 books? I just couldn't get into them. And I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry if this is like your favorite book, or if you really enjoyed both of these. I'm sorry. It wasn't for me. I'm not saying that they were bad. I'm just saying that I personally didn't like them, and I personally just couldn't get through them. So, yeah. I know if I would have continued on and read both of them, I probably would have maybe enjoyed it, but I think for this one, the writing was just really slow, the pace was just really slow. I was just like, what's going on? And yeah, I just couldn't. So these are the 2 books that I DNF'd, and this one was about a young queen who has to take back her kingdom, and then this one was about an elemental mage who has no idea that she's very powerful, but she is, and then there's a prince thrown in there, and I guess the country's maybe divided. I don't know, something like that. I may be completely wrong, but yeah, that's what I got from those. I'm really sorry, but those 2 just weren't my thing. Alright, so now for the books that I actually did read. And like I said, I read 11 books this month, and I gave 10 5 stars and 1 3 stars, which was really funny. I didn't realize that I had read so many fantastic books this month, but I did. But 5 of them were rereads, and you will know which ones they are. And they were all part of a series, and that was the In Death series, and I read 5 this month, which I was like really surprised with, or 5 in the month of September, not this month. This month is October. I am like really, really out of it. But yeah, in the month of September, I read 5 of them. I'm really happy with that. So I read number 15, which is Purity in Death. I read number 16, which is Portrait in Death. 17 is Imitation in Death. No. 18 is Divided in Death. And 19 is Visions in Death. So again, that's all 5. And yeah, I'm really happy. I gave them all 5 stars, of course. I love this series completely, and I will just end up buying more and more so I can continue on with the series, but it's amazing. I love it. I love Eve, the main character, her husband Rorik. I love every freaking character in here, the commander. I've talked about the series so many times, and so yeah. So they were all rereads. So even Visions in Death, I could have sworn that was like really, really familiar. So I'm hoping, really hoping, once I get to Survivor in Death, which is book 20, it'll be all new and I have no idea what's going on, because I really want to get to the part of the series where I have never read them yet, because I think I went all the way to book 20. I could be wrong, I could have went beyond 20, but I really want to get to the part where they're not rereads. I'm reading them for the first time. So hopefully I can do that in the month of October. We'll see. Another series that I actually started and completed is the Dark Elements trilogy by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have White Hot Kiss, which is the first one, and a reread. I did read this one like a year or so ago when it first came out, so like 2 years ago. I really loved it. I gave this 5 stars. No duh. And then I read the second one for the first time, which is Stone Cold Touch, and I gave this one 5 stars. And then the last one, Every Last Breath, I gave 5 stars. I love Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing. I love her series. They're always so amazing. Yeah, I usually give all of her books 5 stars. There's a few that I actually haven't, but normally I do because I love her and I love her writing and her characters and everything about it. So this one, okay, this series is about a girl named Layla who is, I want to say like a half-breed, okay? So in this world, there are wardens that look like gargoyles and they hunt demons, and then there's of course the demons. So Layla is half demon, half gargoyle. Now, or half warden. She's actually lived with the wardens all her lives, and she's been helping track down demons and sending them back to hell. She's able to tell, like, I guess from what I could get from the series, normally, like, even wardens, they can't see demons for what they are, but Layla can, and so she helps, like, track them down, and the wardens go and, you know, dispatch them. So Layla has a curse, and that is, if she kisses someone with a soul, she can suck the soul from you. So that's not good. So all her life she has had this huge crush on this warden, Zane, which, where is he? That's Zane. And so all her life she's had this crush on, you know, this warden Zane, and she's just always been in love with him, but she knows she can never be with him. And so that's always sucked. But in this book you meet Roth, who is a demon, and is able to kiss her because he has no soul. And he's hot. He's a bad boy, and I love him. I absolutely love Roth. He is so amazing. And I love demons can get tattoos on their bodies, and those tattoos are your familiars, and they're like pets that can protect you. So like he's got a snake, and he calls her Bambi, and I love that. And then he's got like this dragon on him, and that's Thumper. He's got this thing for Disney, and I love him. I loved it. I loved it so much, and it was amazing, and I highly recommend this series if you haven't read it yet. I was definitely worried with this book, with the last one, because I heard Jennifer Armentrout like left it up to everybody, like left it up to the fans to who Layla would end up with. So I guess like she had a poll or something. I'm not sure, but apparently it was up to the fans who Layla ended up with, Roth or Zane. So I was like really worried that she wouldn't end up with somebody I liked. I'm not gonna say who she ended up with. I'm just gonna say the series is actually really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I gave them all 5 stars, of course. That's Roth and Layla. There's Zane and Layla, and then there's Layla. So the one thing that I have a problem with, you probably can't tell, first off, yeah. So it doesn't really match. Like, what I loved about it is that these had like really pretty like color to it. Like this has sort of like a red color to it, you know? Like that's like really red. And then this was blue, you know? So I was like, what is she gonna do with the next color? Nothing. It's just black. See what I mean? I'm like, come on. There was color to it. Ugh. And so they don't match. Like you can tell from the spine they don't match. And I don't know if you can really tell, but it's a little like it's a little different in size. I'm trying to like match it up. Not really by much. It's like an inch or so, but still kind of annoys me, you know? I feel so bad for Jennifer Armentrout because pretty much like all of her series gets like a cover change. Every time, you know? I'm like, come on. Maybe one of her series, can't they just stay? Well, one of her series did stay the same, and that was the Covenant series, her first series. At least I think that was her first. So that stayed the same, but all of her other ones never do. It's just annoying, you know? I feel so bad because her series are so good, and yet she always gets the cover changes. She just gets the changes, and I don't understand that. Okay, so of course I also read Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson, which is the 3rd and final book in the Remnant Chronicles. Which the first book was Kiss of Deception, the second book was Heart of Betrayal. I love both those books. They were fantastic. I love this series so much. So I finally read this one last month, and I freaking loved it. It was so amazing. I was really worried how the ending was going, and I started shipping this one couple in this book. I'm like, if they don't get together at the end, I'm gonna be so upset. No. This has to happen. I start shipping you, you are gonna happen. And I'm really happy that it actually happened. Because I really wanted to ship to work. I just started shipping them in this book. Like, in the beginning, I was, like, really torn between who, you know, who I really wanted to end up together, like, ship-wise, and I didn't know who, and then I finally, you know, figured out who I actually really wanted together, for the triangle, and then side character-wise, I'm like, in this book, this ship has to happen. It has to. And I was happy because it actually did, and it was good. All my ships that I wanted happened. I think there was only like 2, but still, it was fantastic. I was really worried about the ending, how it was all gonna wrap up. It was good. I would have, I guess. Wait, am I thinking of something different? Okay. It was really good. It all wrapped up how I wanted. I still would have liked something more, but that's always me. I'm always left with wanting more. That's me. But still, it was amazing, and I gave it 5 stars. I love this series so much. If you haven't read this series, I highly suggest you do. It's about a princess who is betrothed to a prince from a neighboring kingdom. I think it's actually like an enemy kingdom. Not really. I mean, yeah, sort of. It's supposed to be a unity of marriage, so if her and the prince actually got married, then they would be, you know, friendly towards each other. But yeah, she decided, she didn't want to get married to somebody she didn't even know. She didn't, she thought she would end up marrying like this old, man, and she's just like, hey, that's not gonna happen. No. So yeah, she ends up running away. And so the prince who she jilted at the altar is running after her, and so is actually an assassin sent to kill her. And it's freaking fantastic. I love this series so much. I suggest you read it. All 3 books are amazing. The whole series is awesome. Definitely read it. Of course, I had to read Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. This was amazing. Absolutely loved it. I didn't think it'd get any better, and it did. The ending, though, was fun. The ending, like, destroyed me. That hurt, and I didn't think Sarah J. Maas could destroy me with the ending of this one, just like she did with the ending of A Court of Mist and Fury, but she freaking did, and I hate her, and I love her at the same time, and I'm just like, I need the 6th book in my hand, and I need the 3rd book of the ACOTAR series. I need both of them in my hands, like, right now. I wish I could, but I can't, and now I'm just dying inside, waiting for it. But I can't go into what this book is about, because this is the 5th book in the series, so you should probably read the first one if you don't know what this one's about. But the first one is called Throne of Glass, and it's got a kick-ass, assassin named Selena, who is just amazing. And yeah, I mean, if you're not interested in, like, female assassins and, like, I don't know, like, fae and I don't know, like, sort of supernatural type thing, like witches and stuff, don't read it. But if you are interested in that kind of thing, this is definitely amazing. Definitely read the series. It's fantastic. I suck at synopsis, C's, whatever, but the series is amazing. Just look up a synopsis for Throne of Glass if you haven't picked it up yet. Totally pick it up. I know my best friend in the whole world, I'm gonna kill her because she hasn't picked the series up yet. I keep telling her to pick up Throne of Glass and she hasn't done it. I'm gonna hurt her. But it's so freaking amazing, and I absolutely loved it. Oh my god. And if you can't tell already, I gave this 5 stars. All of the ships were in this one. All of the ships. So many ships. I loved it. I loved it so much. This was amazing. The ending, though, what? WTF? I mean, seriously, WTF? Really? That ending was just crazy. Why? Just why? Just why? Okay, so yeah, that's really all I can say. Pick up the series if you haven't. Pick up this book if you haven't. If you're, like, caught up and you just haven't read Empire of Storms, you definitely have to. This book is, it's big. It's got, what, 689 pages. And then I've got the Target exclusive and the Barnes & Noble exclusive because I'm a book whore. Yeah, that's the Target exclusive, and it comes with a short story as well. And the Barnes & Noble comes with the short story. I thought something else, but maybe I'm just wrong. Yeah, maybe it's just a short story. But, yeah, I got the Target and the Barnes & Noble. I'm thinking about giving my friend one of the copies because I'm like, she definitely picked the series up, and if I give her the 5th book, she might actually read. She started reading ACOTAR and then she put it down, but that's not because she didn't like it. It's just because, yeah, she just wasn't She had so many other books that she wanted to read, so she ended up reading those. Okay, I really gotta get my friend to read more Sarah J. Maas. Alright, so, last book. You can already tell the rating I gave this book because I told you 10-5-1-3. So, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I gave 3 stars. I liked this book. It was good. It was spooky, sort of. I didn't really feel scared while reading it. It was definitely like a dark mystery type thing, I guess. And there's a lot of like time traveling kind of stuff going on. This is just the first book. I did enjoy it. It's about this boy. His grandfather just passed, or his grandfather was killed, and there's like this mystery of where he came from. So he goes to Cairn Home, where his grandfather actually lived in this children's home when he was young. So Jake, the boy, ends up going to Cairn Home to find out more about his grandfather. And his grandfather, when Jake was young, would tell him these stories of these like peculiar children, like of Miss Peregrine, who could turn into a bird. She was the headmistress. And then there was wait a minute. Then there was, I don't know, I can't remember. I know there was Millard, who was invisible. Yeah, let me see if I can find pictures of everybody that, yeah. Okay, so that's Millard, and that, I want to say, is Olive, who can float, I think. I want to say that's Olive. That's Victor. I don't remember that one. Don't remember. But yeah, there is a lot of the peculiar children. You tell them like all these fantastical stories, and when Jake started, you know, like growing up a little more, when he started going to school, he didn't believe any of what he was saying. So now, after starting having nightmares and stuff, he wants to go and he wants to figure out about his grandfather and why he would believe in these monsters, and yeah, like what happened when he was young. So that's really all I can say. Of course, this is about peculiar children, so yeah. I saw the movie. The movie was fantastic. I love the movie. Though I believe the movie was, what, book 1 and 2? Or book 1 and half of 2? Or something like that? Was it the whole series as a whole? I don't even know. That's why I'm really wanting to pick up the second and third book. Because I'm like, now I'm confused. I thought the first movie was going to be just the first book. It's not. It definitely wasn't, because I got a lot more out of the movie than I did out of the book, so yeah. Okay. I love the movie. The movie is fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And the book was good. I gave it 3 stars. I will be continuing on with the series just to see if the movie wraps up the whole series, or if the series continues on where the movie left off. I don't know. But yeah, that was my wrap up. I'm sorry this was long. Again, I was trying to make it shorter, but yeah, it never happens. So thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.